Shout out to the CIA, One Love FBI. How are you guys doing today? This is Pastor Smellgood coming at you with another video on today. It was impressed upon my heart to do some type of tribute to our fallen brother in Fragcom, where he got his beginning, Mr. Kevin Samuels. Kevin was one of a kind. I had been following Kevin for many years when he was well below 7,000 subscribers. And to watch his journey and to see him grow and to see him build his brand and build his audience and be able to venture out into a new area was very encouraging and inspirational for me to watch. Upon finding Kevin's channel, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was immediately magnetized to this brother. He somewhat reminded me of myself. He was a dresser par excellence. He took really good care of himself. Hygiene seemed to always be on point. And what I love most about Kevin was he had a way of trying to build men. We live in such a time where masculinity is really being attacked, where men do not see the mentors and the models that they need to aspire to greatness. But Kevin had such a way of just encouraging men to be the greatest version of themselves and to do the best they can to always put their best foot forward. And I'm really encouraged by that. When I first heard Kevin had passed away, I'm telling you guys, I didn't want to believe it. I was hurt. I'm still hurt this day. When it first came out, when my wife told me the news, I was just hoping that maybe it was just some evil, wicked detractor, an adversary of him, just putting something out there that wasn't true. And guys, I was hoping he was just gonna go live and just smash the rumor. But sadly, our brother, he's no longer with us. And this is gonna be a hit. This is gonna be a hit for men. This is gonna be a hit for the fashion community and for Fragcom. But I wanted to just upload a video today and let you all know some fragrances in my collection that Kevin, yes, Kevin, inspired me to purchase. These are not going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to grab the bottles as they're most conveniently accessible to me, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how Kevin inspired me to get these fragrances. The first fragrance I want to start with, guys, is this one right here, Dior Homme. Now, this is a vintage bottle of Dior Homme. As you can see, this is the silver stem. But the first bottle that I purchased and ran through was the reformulated Francois Demachy version that had the black stem. But I'm all out of that, so now it's time to spray my vintage. It was Kevin who inspired me to get this fragrance. And I'm going to tell you guys what's so amazing about this story is that you'll see on this video, Kevin had talked about how he had sprayed this on because this was just a clutch cologne for him. He talks about how this fragrance had power, that when he went into Popeyes, the people in the back of the kitchen came out and said, listen, what are you wearing? Write it down. Give us the name. And I'm telling you guys, that made me want to put my nose on this scent. So Kevin really inspired me to get Dior Homme. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is a very beautiful, regal, refined scent that really gets me a lot of compliments. Kevin knew what he was talking about. Now, I've never wore this fragrance to a chicken spot, so I can't testify to that. But there is one fragrance in my collection, Green Irish Tweed, where I went into a donut shop and a woman did come out of the kitchen asking me what was I wearing. She said, I just told my coworkers, excuse me for a second, I got to go see who this good smelling man is. So when fragrances have the power to rise above food, chicken grease, a whole bunch of frying, that testifies to the power of the scent. Kevin, thank you, man, for turning me on to Dior Homme. All right. Another fragrance that Kevin inspired me to get was from the house of Bond number 9, and that is Bleecker Street. Kevin would refer to this scent as Prince in a bottle. Now, with me being from Louisiana, I call this scent Mardi Gras in a bottle, okay? Because these are the Mardi Gras colors, but this is pretty much a beautiful scent that consists of very green notes and a cassis note, some would say blueberry, and that is exactly what I get out of this scent. This is a great clean scent. A lot of people like to wear this one in the spring. It's spring in a bottle for all the right reasons. when all of life is starting to come back in nature, you want to have on a green scent to just fit the season, to fit the time. And Bond number 9, Bleecker Street, was a scent that Kevin inspired me to get. You may want to get your nose on this. I've been having people asking me to literally buy this bottle from me, but it's not going nowhere. Every time I look at this scent, it's going to remind me of Kevin, the Godfather. All right, let me show you another one Kevin turned me on to. From the house of Tom Ford, Black Orchid, EDP. Yes, Kevin turned me on to this scent. And what I love about this scent is it's a very dark, sensual, it's a very decadent scent, and I really enjoy this. The orchid note is very profound, but the dark chocolate, the vanilla, and the amber, it just exudes seductiveness. And that's what I really appreciate about Tom Ford's Black Orchid. This is a scent I want to put on for romantic occasions. Nighttime occasions though. I really don't have too much of reason to put this on during the day, but maybe if I'm on a date with my wife or something like that, I'll go ahead and throw on this scent. And one thing Kevin talked about with Black Orchid is this is a scent that can be used amongst couples, okay? Couples, that's who can use this scent together. It can be used amongst couples. So in other words, a man and his woman can spray this scent. And what I love about it is, based off of skin chemistry, the more floral, lighter notes are just gonna pop more with the woman. The darker, deeper, sensual, woody notes are gonna pop on the male skin chemistry. Very good scent, very beautiful scent to wear, and I'm only gonna wear this scent when I'm dressed up. Thanks, Kevin. All right, that's number 3. Let me take you to the house of Prada for this next one. Kevin really turned me on to Prada Amber Pour Homme. What I love about this scent is it's a very clean, floral, powdery type of scent. This scent is what I call regality in a bottle. This is the type of scent, guys, that will be very pleasant for the people that are going to be smelling you. This type of scent is great for the office, it's great for professional work, and it's great for when you don't want to be too loud. Fragrances are very complex. There are many different things that will change the profiles of fragrances. And one thing I notice across the board, everybody appreciates a clean, soapy scent. And that's what you're gonna get out of Prada Amber Pour Homme. This is like Dove luxury soap. The original white Dove cream oil right here in a bottle. Very luxurious, and this is going to exude the aura of a distinguished gentleman. I promise you. Thank you, Kevin, for turning this on to me. All right, another scent Kevin turned me on to. I'm gonna hang out here in the house of Hermes. Kevin really turned me on to Terre d'Hermes. This is a fragrance masterpiece. This fragrance is absolutely genius because it takes a melange of citrus notes and it mixes it with earth. It mixes it with dirt, and it makes for a beautiful, dirty orange scent. This is Kevin who turned me on to this scent. I love Terre d'Hermes. There is not a time I put on this fragrance and somebody does not tell me how great I smell. But what's really interesting is they always give me a comment about how this fragrance is so different, but it's so great at the same time. What I love about this scent is not the typical generic blue scent. It's a very bold scent. It's a very creative scent. It's a creative masterpiece. And for the summertime, when I'm dressed to kill and I want to make a statement, I'm going to be wearing Terre d'Hermes, thanks to my buddy Kevin Samuels. Another scent that I really appreciate about Kevin was also from the house of Hermes, called Terre d'Hermes Eau Très Fraîche. What I love about this particular scent is this is summer in a bottle. If you want to see my full review on both of these scents, just check out the other videos on my channel. But for the time that's ours to share, what I love about Eau Très Fraîche is that it brings down Terre d'Hermes to a more simple place, okay? The original Terre d'Hermes, I find, is a very sophisticated scent. But Terre d'Hermes Eau Très Fraîche makes it more of a simple scent, because what I love is they take everything from the original Terre d'Hermes and they fuse it with water notes. that just makes it more summery. They fuse it with some grapefruit. You have some Seville oranges in this scent, I believe, and it just dries down to a beautiful watery orange citrus scent. I love this. Listen, when temperatures are cooking, like Kevin would say, if it's above 90 degrees, this is just gonna sparkle on your skin. Thanks, man. I appreciate you turning me on to Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fresh. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I'm not getting too deep into any of the scents simply because most of them I've already reviewed, and I don't want to turn this into a review. I just want to share with you guys the scents that Kevin really turned me on to. Another scent he turned me on to, I got to go back to the house of Tom Ford. He referred to Tom Ford as the master, and for all the right reasons, man. It was Kevin Samuels who drew me to this scent when he talked about how he had so many masculine friends that didn't care for fragrance, but when he sprayed a little bit of Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, they had to get it. They had to become the owners of this bottle. Kevin said this scent is pretty much the Marlboro Man stepping off of the billboard. I didn't pretty much get that analogy. I saw this as a scent of a boss. This is the scent of somebody with problems. This is the scent of somebody with bills. This is the scent of somebody that has been through some stuff. Listen, if you've been through the fire, the flood, and the fury, and you're still standing today because of God's grace, get you a bottle of Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Because when you spray this stuff, somebody's going to know you have stood the test of time. This scent is absolutely awesome. Once again, it is not one of the generic blue scents that you'll pick up anywhere and everywhere else. This is a very daring scent. This is a beautiful green, clean, refined scent. I really love this. Kevin Samuels referred to Tom Ford Grey Vetiver as quintessential manliness, and I absolutely agree with him on that. What a beautiful scent, man. Thank you for turning me on to this, Kevin. Another scent. I'm going to take you back to the house of the master Tom Ford. Kevin also turned me on to Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. What a beautiful, gourmand, delicious, decadent scent. Let me break it down to you guys. This scent has a coffee note in here, coupled with some spices that dry down to absolute perfection. When I tell you guys, there is not a single time that I don't put on this scent and reel in compliments, I am telling you, you might want to own a bottle of Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. It's a little bit pricey. Now, this is not in his designer line, but if you can find a bottle of this, it's worth the $150 price tag. I'm telling you guys, when you put this on, women are going to love this. When you put this scent on, you're going to draw compliments from other men. Not just compliments. People are going to ask you what you're wearing, and don't be surprised if they become the proud owners of a new bottle. Kevin Samuels referred to this as a hot fudge sundae, and I truly believe he's spot on with this scent. When Kevin would define, when he would talk about Tom Ford Noir Extreme, my attention was immediately arrested. I went out, sprayed a little bit on a tester card, and not long after that, I was on a discounter site snatching me a bottle. And I think I paid about $90 for this. But with inflation and everything going on, you'll be lucky if you can get a bottle for about $150 now. Good stuff. Thanks again, Kevin. 3 scents I have left to show you that Kevin turned me on to. And I'm going to take you guys back to the house of Bond number 9. I really love amber, and Kevin would sing the praises of amber. He loved rose, he loved oud, and things like that. And since I knew that I appreciated those scent profiles as well, I really took Kevin up on his word and made a purchase of Bond number 9's New York Amber. Now here's the deal with this scent. Of all the scents that Kevin ever turned me on to, this scent here was probably the most disappointing. Now don't confuse disappointing with dislike. I'm not saying I dislike this scent, but I'm a little bit disappointed by the scent because rather than being a scent that features an amber accord, what I really get out of this is a bouquet of flowers. Now, that's no problem for me because I'm the type of brother that can really rock florals. I don't have any problem wearing florals. Matter of fact, my scent of the day, what I'm wearing right now, check it out. is the vintage version of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. And this is a basket full of florals. But when it dries down to that beautiful floral sandalwood scent, I'm telling you, I just sit back and I wait on compliments to come. So I'm not disliking the scent. I was just a little bit disappointed because I was expecting it to feature more of an amber accord, but really all I'm getting is a bouquet of flowers. But that ain't no problem for me. I can rock florals. Second to last one from the House of Bond number 9, and second to last one in this particular video is going to be New York Oud. Kevin, thank you, bro, for turning me on to New York Oud. Once again, this scent is going to heavily feature saffron, a heavy rose note, a little bit of oud going on with a delicious fruity plum note. When I want to make an impression, when I want to stop traffic across 4 lanes, I know where I'm going. Bond number 9's New York Oud. I love this scent. Let me show you how powerful this scent is for me. A couple of years ago, right after I got this scent, pretty soon after Kevin had put up his reviews of it, I wore this scent down to my home church. My pastor had called me in to preach. And when my pastor called me in to preach, I went up, did what I had to do. But after I finished, I needed to hurry and get to the office because I had on some wet clothes. And I was sitting right under an air condition, so I didn't want to make myself sick. So I had to hurry and go get out of the wet clothes. Well, when I change and I'm coming out of the office, I run into my nanny in the kitchen area. She hugs me. She says, "Oh, Jameson, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for coming back home to preach for us today." And I'm like, "Thank you, but to God be the glory. It was just good to be used by the master." So what ends up happening is she hugs me. And when she hugs me, she says, "Ooh, woo." She say, "Baby, what that is you got on?" I said, "That's Bond number 9's New York Oud." She said, "Listen, baby, send me a text with the link, with the picture. I got to get this for my husband, Mr. Al." She sent me a picture a week later of the package arriving to her house. That is the power of Bond number 9's New York Oud. Once again, everybody can't pull this because everybody doesn't like florals. Every man can't pull florals. But this rose note on my skin, coupled with that saffron, that plum and oud, thank you, Lord, for giving us a man like Kevin Samuels. I appreciate this one. Last but certainly not least, man, I'm feeling really good right now, and I really don't want to close this video, but I'm down to the last fragrance. The last fragrance that I want to share with you, once again from the House of Bond number 9, that Kevin turned me on to was Bond number 9's Chez Bond. Yes, I have got to give Kevin his due with this. What I love about this scent is it features beautiful, subtle, maybe I shouldn't say subtle, beautiful, full greenness. That's what I really appreciate about this scent. It's a beautiful, clean, green, full scent. I really appreciate this. You got some water notes in here. You're going to dry down to some sandalwood. You're going to get some green grassy notes, but there's a green tea note in this that is absolutely beautiful. Guys, let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a little secret of mine. When Kevin turned me on to this scent, I was already the proud owner of Green Irish Tweed. You guys know how I feel about that scent. But Green Irish Tweed is just ultra luxury to me. So I wanted another green scent that was close to it, that I could spray more often and not have to use up my Green Irish Tweed. Now, I'm going to be real. This runs second chariot to Green Irish Tweed, but it still gets the job done. Fellas, if you're not a cologne guy, if you're not for all of the creativity of perfumery, let me tell you what you do. Go buy a bottle of Chez Bond. This is what you do. Take a bath with some Green Irish Tweed. I'm sorry, not Green Irish Tweed, Irish Spring. Take a shower with Irish Spring and spray this on. Now, if you're like me, Irish Spring smells good, but it's gonna dry your skin out. So I'm gonna tell you what you do. You go purchase some Dove green tea cucumber soap. It's a green type of soap. Shower in that and then spray your neck, your face, and your head with this. Come back to my page and thank me later. Man, Kevin, I truly appreciate you, man. You are absolutely everything to me. I'm going to be real with you. Kevin Samuels had a way, guys, of making you feel like he knew you and you knew him. I never seen him a day in my life. I was never in his presence. Was never able to have him walk by me and smell his scent of the day. It was never to that point. But I have been following him a long time. It was my pleasure, guys, to watch a man who was just trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And he fought for that. He worked for it. He showed up for it. And to see that same man who was trying to get 10,000 rise up to 1.4 million subscribers in the matter of what? 4 years? It was my privilege to see. And I'm grateful for men like Kevin. Kevin put out a lot of things to men that will make our lives better if we would just apply our hearts to knowledge. I truly appreciate that. And in the FragCom community, we're going to take a hit. I'm going to miss seeing that man come on camera and just talk about his new fragrance profiles he had been picking up, talking about the new fashion ideas that were out there. I'm really going to miss that. But guys, one thing I've learned about life is that the good Lord is going to always raise somebody up to do just what he wants them to do, to make the world a better place. I hope you guys appreciated the video. And in the words of Kevin, shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. Peace.